So if you're ever wondering what it's like to be a Canadian in wintertime, especially in Ottawa, it's digging out the snow from your driveway every morning. Hi everybody, I hope everyone's having just a fantastic day. Yeah, huge snowfall last night, and guess what? Last night's the time the hospital decided it's time for me to go in for my CT scan. So I had to drive through a snowstorm to go to to get my CT scan. Took me an hour and 20 minutes to get there because they had roads blocked off because they hadn't plowed them yet. That's how much snow there was. And normally it's like a 20-minute drive tops, so not a great time. That's both directions, by the way. So I'll let you know how the CT scan goes. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue. A few things have happened recently that I thought I'd catch everybody up on. You know, I had done that story on the curfew in Quebec and the homeless situation, and well, it appears that I wasn't the only one questioning why we're giving tickets to homeless people for a curfew for staying out after 8 o'clock if they don't have a home. A corporation that is basically, it's like a charitable nonprofit organization. They took the Quebec government to court over the ruling of homeless people and, you know, whether or not this can be included in the stay-at-home order and the curfew. And surprise, a judge said, yeah, no, and said it's unconstitutional and you can't do it in particular regards to homeless people. But see, the trick is in law. Once you open the door to saying something's unconstitutional for a certain group of people, it opens up the door to all the other lawsuits that are out there that are saying, you know, this is, if it's unconstitutional for them, then it's unconstitutional for us. If you're saying, you know, the right to movement, which is part of our Constitution, is going for them, and that's one of the reasons you can't do it, well, you got to do the same thing for other people. So a lot of people are very happy that their lawsuits look like they're going to go forward. And right after the lawsuit, now here, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be completely surprised. Are you ready? Are you ready? The Quebec government said, you know, we might have to start easing restrictions in some areas. Because suddenly the cases are better. It wasn't better 2 days ago. It wasn't better 3 days ago. But suddenly after the lawsuit and the pending other lawsuits that are already in the courts, suddenly they may have to start easing restrictions. Funny how things like that work, right? Absolutely hilarious how things like that work. But yeah, hopefully that comes to fruition. The cases are really on their way down. We've gone in Ontario from over 3,000 in some cases a day to around 1,600, so half. In Ottawa, we were at 180 cases a day. We're doing between 20 and 80 on average now, and usually lower in near the 50 zone. So yeah, everyone's wondering, so when are you going to start easing restrictions here? Our worry is that they're not going to ease them too much. They're not going to open up too many things because their excuse is going to be the variant, the new variants. You know, the variants that we haven't stopped a single airplane from coming in. We don't test people at the airports. We don't isolate people at the airports. We just, come on in. It's fine. Come on in. So yeah, it's just it's one of those wait and see situations, and now Canada looks like they are going to be so far behind in vaccinations that we may not get everyone done They keep on saying everyone who wants a vaccine will be done by September. But it'd be nice if they said September 2021, because the way it's rolling out right now, and the EU is now saying, you know what? If Pfizer, we supported you and gave you a whole bunch of donations to help develop that vaccine, you have to make sure our orders are filled first before you ship them to anybody else. So they're playing hardball now. And Canada, of course, we get ours from Belgium, and that's where the headquarters of the EU is. So guess what? If they don't fulfill the orders enough there, Canada gets a short stick again. And, the United States is already keeping all the vaccinations made in the United States. They're only distributing them in the United States. They're not sending them anywhere else. And so it seems like contract law doesn't matter anymore. So I can eventually see a lot of lawsuits happening. But here's the thing. How do you sue a company that's sending you vaccines that you desperately need? Is it easy? Can you sue them? Are they going to say, well, you know what? You're suing us anyway. We're going to send it to everybody else, and you guys can go to heck. You guys could just wait until we decide to send it to you. Since you're suing us for breach of contract anyway, let's just break your contract and not send it to you at all. That's kind of like we're in that catch-22 situation. We want to complain, we want to be upset, but we really don't have a leg to stand on because we don't make a single vaccine here in Canada. We bought it from everywhere else. So yeah, we get what we deserve, I guess, is the situation. So who knows? A lot of travel restrictions coming down the pipeline in both Canada and the United States shortly. Even the EU is talking about, and Britain is talking about, if you fly into their country from now on or come home, you're going to have to isolate in a sponsored hotel at your expense, like they've done in Australia and New Zealand. And it's hard to argue with the argument because they have hardly any cases there compared to the rest of the world. So, their restrictions were tough, hard, everyone hated them, but it seems they don't have those cases anymore like we still do. So, I don't know, no vaccines on the horizon, Quebec government being sued, losing in court for being unconstitutional. You can only imagine if this starts to go and spread right across Canada now that there's that open door, how many more governments are going to be sued for their COVID restrictions that they've enacted and the closing of businesses that they've enacted and the stay-at-home orders that they've enacted? Is it even constitutional? Are they even allowed to do it? Who knows? I'm not a lawyer, but ticketing homeless people, that was literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard during the pandemic. Ticketing homeless people for not being in their home by curfew time. Crazy stuff. Well, that's it for today. Not much. I had to take a break. I'm booking like 200 cabins on an Alaska cruise this week, and there is a ton of work. I've started at 6 in the morning, starting Monday. That's when we launched our sale. So 6 in the morning till about 11 o'clock at night, every single day, just doing the paperwork, the booking, reading through the emails, contacting Princess, doing all that stuff. People don't realize just how much work is involved in a single booking. And so maybe I'll discuss that someday, just so people have a rough idea of what it's really like to be a travel agent, especially during a pandemic. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for stopping by, and until next time, well, I guess I'll see you in another video.